I wish you could be 9 forever, Pooh Bear, I exclaimed as I laid next to my boy. It was the night before his 10th birthday, and I knew that when he woke up the next morning he'd be a year older, though technically not until 7:55 that evening. It was a wish that would never be granted, though I really meant it. In almost every way, 9 was fine. In fact, it was more than fine. It had been my favorite year of parenting. I really like sleep, so the newborn years weren't my jam. He was a cute baby, but babies really don't do anything, even though you tell everyone that they're a step away from inventing the next big thing. It's often said that once they start walking or talking that the fun begins. But for us, that was when we started with diagnoses and therapies. And honestly, the years leading up to 9 were a blur of appointments, meetings, and trying to make the pieces fit to hit our stride as a family. But 9 was so different and so kind to us. It wasn't without its faults, but the year was filled with so many great memories. Between school and friends, taekwondo and soccer, holidays and vacations, 9 was certainly a year to remember. He was old enough to entertain himself, but young enough to still want his mom sometimes. He was old enough that we could watch him be in his element at the Lego store without hovering, but young enough that he still sat on Santa's lap with requests. I'd explained to Christian this as I stroked his hair and breathed in these last moments of this age. Having only one child is perfect for our family in so many ways, but it also means that our firsts are always our lasts. That part breaks my heart every time. But as he always seems to do in the clutch for me, he snapped me out of my melancholy with his prepubescent voice of reason. But Mama, what if 10 is even better? We'll never know if we don't go to sleep. Tears sprang to my eyes, but they weren't tears of mourning for the 9-year-old I'd lose once he hit the land of Nod. These tears, they were tears of hope for the 10-year-old I'd meet the next morning. Yes, he would look and act the same, but he would be different in my eyes. There's something about double digits that really gets to a mother. I was reminded of our conversation a few weeks later when I was eating my lunch at my desk and bit into the sweetest cherry I'd ever had. I nibbled on it and didn't want the vibrant taste to end. But despite my best efforts, it was gone. I'll blame it on hormones, but I was legitimately sad that I'd finished this cherry. I remembered the conversation I had with my now 10-year-old and popped the next cherry into my mouth. And you know what? That one was pretty tasty as well, just like 10 has been good to us thus far. You can't change without a